What's up, YouTube? It's me, Ian, back with another review of episode 3 of Daredevil Born Again. Uh, so I was gonna do this review last night, but unfortunately, I was really tired. I'm surprised I even stayed up long enough to watch the episode. I didn't even stay up long after the episode ended because my mom left, and then I think I watched a couple videos, and then I went to sleep. I was really tired because I stayed up all night, all morning, all afternoon, all evening. There's no way I was going to be able to get a review done in a good state of mind. And I rewatched the episode this morning, watched a couple of reactions. So, episode 3 of Daredevil Born Again. I was really impressed with this episode. Um, it was a whole courtroom drama scene, and it was about White Tiger. Um, I don't think I really know his real name. White Tiger. I don't think I know his real name because I just been saying White Tiger. I know the actor's name, Kamar de los Reyes, and I am not gonna lie, like it was a really engaging episode, and also it was kind of emotional too. Um, I really liked the courtroom drama that was going on in this. It felt so real, and that's what I really liked about it. It felt so real, and like I was invested and I was in it, and I was like, wow, this feel. I mean, it feels. I think this courtroom scene that they did. It was the whole episode. I think it was better than the Netflix series court scenes. I'm not gonna lie. Like I think the strongest courtroom scene that they had in the Daredevil series was the trial of Frank Castle. So, this was really good actually, and I liked how things bounced each other out, and like there was like this has to happen and then that has to happen. They had a witness. It was the guy that White Tiger saved on the subway platform. I don't know if I even covered that with episode 2, but he saved him, and they had to get him to the courthouse. It was kind of reminiscent of season 3, whenever they were trying to get Nadim to the courthouse, and they had to fight their way to the courthouse. I guess Matt learned his lesson. I think he may have told Cherry, I guess that's that guy's name. I think he may have told Cherry that you got to do a decoy because we're not doing that again. It went really bad last time we tried to get Nadim to the courthouse. So I was like, yes, we're learning from our seasons. But he lied. He lied on the stand, and I get why, because there's corrupt cops out there. And I get the intimidation because, man, you don't know what they're gonna do to him, and then like, um, Matt's like asking questions, like, where do you live? How far? So they know where he lives. So I get why he lied, although you're not supposed to do that in court. So I don't know if he's gonna get in trouble or not. I mean, the other cop that was beating him up, uh, he lied too. So, and he's a piece of shit. He really is. He is an awful person. He really is. And I'm like, dude, like, you don't deserve to be a cop, man. Like, what the hell? He's an awful person. Um, I really liked the courtroom drama scene that we had here. It felt very real. Um, in the last episode, Matt Murdock said that his because most people were like, they said, why did Matt Murdock even bring White Tiger, like his identity as White Tiger, into this anyway? Because I mean, that was it's kind of fucked up. But after rewatching episode 2, I told you I was going to be rewatching these episodes. In episode 2, he says, let them know. But I think he just meant just for that meeting. I don't think he wanted him to reveal his identity to everyone in court like that. But I get it, because their witness lied. So he had to take a big swing. And the people like vigilantes, because most people, they're doing this BB report thing, and I also really like that too, because I like what the director said. They said New York in this Daredevil Born Again series is its own character. So I really like that the BB report is like the voice for the people in New York, and like they make New York come alive. They have opinions and thoughts, and I really like how BB is going out and interviewing people because it really lets you know what people are thinking about the things that are going on in the episode. So I think that's actually really, really refreshing. It's really cool. It's unique. I think it's really unique too because Marvel shows don't do that. Marvel movies don't do that. This is like the first, I think, MCU related project where like the people have a voice in it. So the reason why he revealed his White Tiger's identity in court was because his witness lied. They lost that. It backfired. So he had to get the people on the side of White Tiger, and the cops don't like him. The corrupt cops don't like him. So it's court of public opinion is, I guess, their biggest ally. I don't know if people realize this, but the judge that's in this Daredevil Born Again series, he's from The Punisher, season 1. He gets killed by Billy Russo, and apparently all the Netflix shows are canon now, so that's a little confusing. I'm not gonna lie. Um, Man, I really liked their arguments, and I just like the parallels that are going on. I think that's one thing that I really like about this show so far is the parallels that are going on. We're constantly getting parallels between Matt and Kingpin. I just like the shots that they have where it looks like they're going through similar things. I like how in episode 1, uh, Foggy gets killed, and then he pushes Bullseye off the building, and then he quits being Daredevil. He says, "I'm not that man anymore." And then Kingpin wants to go another route, and he wants to be mayor. So he wants to come clean, and he told Vanessa, "I'm not that man anymore." But and then they both crack. I think they both crack. I think they both break because in episode 2, the cops had the gun to his head, and then I mean, what are you gonna do? You're just gonna let cops kill you? I mean, what do you have to defend yourself. You have to fight back. So you have to find a way to let the devil out again, and that's the perfect way to do it, to have your life threatened. So he breaks and he like beats the shit out of everyone. Kingpin's kind of breaking too. It shows his knuckles are bruised, but I don't think he's really snapped yet. But he still is up to his old ways because there was a guy, he went to the graveyard, the cemetery in episode 2, and that Commissioner Gallo, he came up to him and he was talking mad shit to him. I'm like, bro, you have balls to be talking to Kingpin like that. So that's what made him break in a way, get back to his old ways and bribe him. He showed he had a picture, like I said last week, that he has a picture of his secret kid that he has. So I like, they're like on similar paths. I like how they say one thing, but then they're back to their old ways. So, Kingpin wasn't in much of this episode. He was a little bit. He had a dinner scene with Vanessa. They're having relationship issues, which I think is kind of unique too. I think it's an interesting storytelling way. I think it's just interesting for story, and it actually makes a lot of sense because I can tell they love each other, but it's hard to be in a relationship with Kingpin with him being Kingpin and everything that he has done in the previous seasons. Like, I'm pretty sure Vanessa wasn't even in season 2 at all. And Kingpin wasn't even in season 2 that much either. He was in prison. Kingpin became a character in season 2 towards the end of season 2. Or maybe somewhere in the middle-ish end. No, but it seemed like it was more the end. The point is, he wasn't in season 2 that much, so Kingpin's in prison, so there's really no reason to have Vanessa in the series. So they spent a lot of time apart, and definitely in season 3, Vanessa didn't come, I think, until the very last episode, because she was in Spain. Um, I'm pretty sure because she had crimes too, so Nadim was making Kingpin a snitch so that they wouldn't prosecute Vanessa. So they had a lot of time apart, and like they got married, and then Bullseye and Matt Murdock ruined that. So then they went back to prison again. Still unclear how Kingpin got out of prison. It doesn't really explain that. It didn't explain it in Hawkeye. Didn't explain it in Echo. and it's not really explaining it here. So I hope they have like a flashback episode, like explain how he got out of prison. That's one gripe that I'm not gonna lie. It's like, okay, how did he get out of prison? Um, what else? They had a therapy scene. Muse wasn't in it at all. We're 3 episodes in, no Muse. He's gonna be there, obviously, though, because he's in the trailer. I'm really looking forward to seeing Muse. Um, but man, the heart of this episode, episode 3, definitely White Tiger. Oh my god, I'm not gonna lie, this was a very emotional episode. He went up on the stand, and Matt Murdock was asking him, what were you doing in the subway platform? What were you doing? And he said he was on his way to go to the studio home, that he finally saved enough money to put down a deposit for a studio for his wife and his daughter, I think is his daughter, because they're living with his sister and niece. And she didn't even know that. It's so heartbreaking that he was going there because he had flowers. He was going there, he was going to put the flowers there, go back, and then take her over there to surprise her for the house. And he didn't even get to do that because he is the White Tiger and he believes in doing the right thing. He saw someone in trouble, getting beat up, so he went over there, and then he didn't want anyone to get hurt, and a police officer is dead now. Now this opens a whole can of worms, and he couldn't do that. And she didn't even know that. She had to learn in court that he did all this. And, like, you hear all these things that White Tiger did, that everyone's saying that he's a hero and everything, which that's really good because it makes a lot of sense. Because Matt Murdock said, why would he do this? This good man, why would he do this and suddenly try to kill a cop? And the fact that he didn't have his White Tiger suit on, the fact that he revealed his identity, now everyone knows, because now you got the people on your side. It creates a whole new different dynamic. And it opens their eyes a little bit. Okay, I see now. Because he's a vigilante hero. The people are on his side, but not the cops, not the corrupt cops. So, Matt Murdock was saying he didn't have his amulet or his suit on. So, why, if, let's say, just for the, like, hypothetically, if he did do this to the cop, why would he go into battle with like one hand tied behind your back? That makes no sense. If that's really what he wanted to do, he could have done it, and he could have done it worse. So that makes a lot of sense. And then he got found not guilty on all 3 charges. And I was really emotional because I was like, but then again, I knew there was a line in the very beginning of the episode where White Tiger's talking about this beach and his home in Puerto Rico. And this frog, I can't remember the name of the frog, but it croaks and it sings its name and it goes like, no, I can't really do it. But and then Matt Murdock was saying like, you're gonna see that beach again, and I'm like, oh god, you're setting me up. I know you are. I knew that. I was like, oh, don't break my heart. I'm pretty sure I said that, and I totally forgot about all that. And then he gets found not guilty. So then I'm like, yay! And it was really emotional because I'm like, oh my god, he's gonna be okay. And like, it was pretty stupid of him to go back out as White Tiger, knowing that now he has a target on his back. The cops aren't gonna like that. It was pretty stupid, but I get it at the same time. Because Matt Murdock was even telling him, he was like, you know, you can't be White Tiger anymore. And he's like, I don't think you understand. This is who I am. I didn't choose it. It chose me. You might as well tell me to stop breathing. So I get it. I get it why he went out and did that. But he got lured into a trap. And then it was so diabolical the way that Marvel Studios filmed this scene. Because he heard someone screaming. He goes, he runs, and he looks. Someone comes up from behind him, gets a gun, and bam! Like, it was so quick. He didn't even give me a chance to go like, wait! And bam! I was like, oh my god. Like, no! And look, plot-wise, I guess makes sense, I guess, because now this is Matt's fault, basically now, because he revealed his identity. And I like how it's kind of like a domino effect. Had the witness told the truth and didn't lie, then Matt wouldn't have to reveal his identity, and then people wouldn't go after him. So it's the witness's fault, and it's kind of Matt's fault too, but I get it. Matt had no other choice. He had to take a big swing. It's not something he really wanted to do. He just had to do it. but because he had to do it, it led to this, and now White Tiger is dead. I'm like, oh my god, I can't believe they did that. And the person that shot him, they're trying to make me think it's the Punisher, but Punisher would not do that because it showed his skull. It didn't show his face, it showed his skull. There's no way that's Frank Castle. But that's a very clever way to bring the Punisher into this story, because I don't know how Matt's gonna find out that make it look like the Punisher did it. He's definitely gonna go and confront Frank Castle. We know Frank Castle's in this show because he's in the trailer, and he's even getting his own special presentation after this. So we know for sure that the Punisher has a future. But that's a genius way to bring in Frank Castle into this narrative. But man, that was so heartbreaking, and it was kind of disappointing because I wanted to see more of White Tiger and him. Like, I wanted to see him using his powers. I wanted to see what he can do, and I wanted to see him team up with Daredevil. Nope, we didn't even get to see him fight anyone. Briefly, and in like a news clip. That's all we saw of him. And now he's dead. We won't be able to see anything of him. And it's even more heartbreaking that the actor passed away. And what's even more strange is it's kind of crazy because Chadwick Boseman, we all know, passed away from cancer, and he kept his cancer a secret. Kamar de los Reyes did the exact same thing, and isn't it kind of spooky, a coincidence that they're both playing cat-like characters, and they both passed away from cancer and kept it a secret, and had a pretty impactful performance in the MCU. Kind of a coincidence. But man, like, that was so sad. That was so unfair. I'm not gonna lie, that broke my heart. I was like, he did not deserve that. His wife is gonna be devastated, and now they're gonna have to live in that studio house without him. Like, oh my god, that is so heartbreaking. This was a really good episode. There wasn't any action in it, other than the end, obviously. Well, that's not really considered action. It's more like an action, but not like action. But for an episode that was a court drama, really good. I feel like it was really strong. Some people are saying it was weak, but I thought it was pretty strong. I thought it was pretty compelling. I was in it. I was invested, and I'm interested in court dramas and stuff like that. It's not something I watch all the time, but I find it very interesting. So, and I thought they did a lot better job in this episode than the whole Netflix series, other than the trial of Frank Castle. So, this was a pretty good episode. I really, really liked it, and I'm hoping to see Daredevil soon. I like Matt Murdock just as much as Daredevil, but I'm not gonna lie, I want to see some Daredevil action soon. And it seems like with the death of White Tiger, that's gonna be happening pretty soon. He's gonna be putting that Daredevil suit back on. Yeah, I think that's pretty much all I got for episode 3 of Daredevil Born Again. Really excited, really, really excited for future episodes. It always wants me wanting more. I really want to see how Matt's going to deal with this, with the death of White Tiger, and I wonder how he's going to respond to this, because this is technically his fault. So, yeah, really enjoying it. I'm really enjoying this series. That's all I got. So, everyone, remember, put a smile on your face, and you can achieve anything you put your mind to. I promise you can. You just got to believe in yourself, and you can do it. I promise you can. Yeah, have a good day, y'all. Smash that subscribe button, like button. I never even say that, but hey, I guess I should say it more. Bye.